they're going to get rich. And so think about your hook from that angle. Think about your hook from that angle, and the more specific you can get, the better. That's why I said, how to make over $33,000 in 33 days, right? It's specific, rather than 30,000 in 30 days. Okay, 33 just has more, and if you can say $33,243, that's even more specific. That's even better. Their life specific is more. It's more trustworthy to them. It's more believable to them.
Sure.
Okay. So I think that's a really strong hook. I mean, how to make $3,000 in 13 days and then make $90,000 in 90 days. With that short sale lead. That's really good. That's a really, really strong hook. Okay, and you can, and now you can come up with a guarantee based on that. Like my course, I guarantee them. If you, invest in my course today, if you haven't made at least $9,000 in 90 days, following my system, just, give us a call or send us an email. We'll refund your entire investment. Okay. And,
you bet.
And I put a stipulation in there, and the stipulation is follow my 7-step blueprint. Okay. Follow my 7-step blueprint, and if you haven't made at least $9,000 in 90 days, then just let us know. We'll refund your entire investment. Now, am I going to make them prove to me that they did it? No. I'm just going to ask them, have you followed the 7-step blueprint? And most people are going to be honest about it. If they're not, there's no big deal. I'll refund them. Regardless, my refund rate's not that high. It's like, depending on who the list I'm speaking to, but 5 to 8%. It's not that high. And I sell really well. So think along that line. So now figure out what your guarantee is, okay? And you're going to back up this story. You're going to back up this hook by using your student testimonials.
Okay.
By using your students, like you said, my student in that office does this. My student in that other office does that. My student in that other office does that. I know you call them field rep, but call them your students anyways because you're teaching them.
Okay, Tim, let me ask you this. Since we're doing a webinar, should I get them to maybe pre-record something, on, in front of a webcam, giving a 15-second testimonial or 30-second testimonial?
Yeah, if you can get them, and you want to have a combination of all of these things. You want some text.
Okay.
You want some text. You want some audio. You want some video. You want a combination of all of those things.
I like it.
Because different people respond differently. So the visual people, they love the video. They can connect. The auditory people, they can connect through audio. And the people who likes to read, the analytical people, they'll read it. Okay, so do all of those testimonials. The more you have, the better. Bombard them with testimonials. Overload their brain, right? Overload the subconscious mind so they can open up that gate for you. Okay, so that's your hook. And now, do you want to think more about the guaranteed, or are you, and you can test a smaller guarantee if you want. You can test a guarantee like, folks, invest in my system today. If you haven't made at least $3,000 in the next 30 days, just give us a call and we'll refund your entire investment.
Yeah, I any guarantee. I think guarantees are fantastic, and I stand behind my product, and I don't have a problem giving a guarantee. So yeah, you bet. That sounds like a good guarantee. $3,000 in 30 days. Yeah.
Okay. So then there you go. Guarantee that, and test that. Now, because your guarantee is 30 days, there's a high chance that. There's a high chance that more people will return it. There's a high chance that more people will buy it because they're like, well, I'm going to make my money in 30 days. If not, I can get my money back. Okay? But at the same time, there's also a high chance that more people will return it because your return time is too short. That's why I do.
Okay.
That's why I do mine for 90 days. I used to do 3,000 in 30 days, and then I changed it to 9,000 in 90 days to give them more time, because in 90 days, if they haven't done it, it's their fault. It's not my fault, because I know if they implement my system, they would get that money already.
Yeah, sure.
You see, and so you want to you want to think about that. Okay.
All right.
And you can test. You can test. Like when you first kick it out, just do 3K in 30 days. I like it is because it's what is it called? It's congruent. It's congruent with your hook, right? Your hook was how to make 3,000 in 30 days, and then so your guarantee is congruent with your hook. So that's why I like it. That you can do it. You can test different things. And all of these, any of this hook, this guarantee, they're going to change as time goes by, and you find better hooks. You find how people respond better, and you're going to change this.
Sure.
Okay. What's another thing? Your offer. Okay, your offer. What kind of bonuses are you giving them right now?
We are. I'm giving them. I have a complete bonus book, and in that bonus book we have 19 items.
What the heck is a bonus book?
A bonus book, because I had so many bonuses, I had to put it in a book.
But when you sell them, do you say it's a bonus book?
Yes, I do. I hold it up besides my manual, and besides my CDs, my bonus discs. I have it. The whole manual is recorded on audio CD that I read. I also have a closing DVD of me closing a short sale deal, doing the sign up. We actually videotape it, so I teach my students on how to actually close a live closing at a title company, and signing our forms over, our disclosures, the option contracts, and so forth, even down to the quitclaim deed.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, okay. When in your presentation, though, I don't want you to sum all of those stuff into and call it a bonus book. Okay. I want you to break those bonuses out. And one bonus, if you have 19 of them, that's kind of a lot. So you want to put like maybe 3 bonuses into a PowerPoint slide.
Okay. I got 4 major ones that I do. One of them is called the Realtor Secret Weapon, which is fantastic. Okay.
So we don't need a lot of work with you then, since you already have 19 bonuses. That's all. That's good. All right. So now make sure you break all of those bonuses out, so that way they know like value in each of those bonuses and how much they all add up and stuff. So you already have a good hook. Your irresistible offer is a combination of your hook, your product, your bonuses, and your guarantee. And it sounds to me like you pretty much got the whole thing, pretty good now. So have you started to go back to your presentation and make some changes based on what you learned from my last video?
Well, I did watch it the other night when you sent it over. I haven't had a chance to go in and make the changes yet.
Okay.
I got tied up today, but I will. I'm gonna do it this weekend.
Okay. So that's fine. Just make sure that you have it done by the time that we do this next Friday, because next Friday I'm going to go through your PowerPoint.
You bet. I'm going to work on it this weekend.
Okay, cool. All right, we only have 8 more minutes, so I want to see if anyone else has another hook that you want me to work on.
Hey, Tim.
Who's this?
Oh, this is Alex from Atlanta.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Alex. What's up?
Yeah. First off, I wanted to ask who was that gentleman so I could contact him later. I think that product might be an interest, to my list. So.
Okay, good. That's okay. Well, when
I'll email you. So.
When I sent out the email, his emails was the houses at Tampa Bay. So just email him from there. Like,
okay.
I sent out the group email, so you all got each other's email.
Okay. Yeah. What we wanted to do with this is we want to take a different tack. We wanted to take a product that's already very common in the, in our industry, and we want to take to another market. So what I've been working on for the last year, on and off, is to position it such that the concept of affiliate marketing, right? There's a very big group of people out there in the internet marketing world. Mm-hmm. Where they make their money by, being an affiliate marketer. I mean, we all do it ourselves, but for the most part, we have our own product. Mm-hmm. So what I wanted to position was that, that wholesaling is very similar to affiliate marketing. And so right. the hook I was going to use was that, look, which would you rather get, what would you rather do? Get paid, like 50% on $20 or 5 or 10% on, $50,000, right? Or, something along that line. And so what I want to do is explain to them that, look, all the skills that you already have for promoting this low-end product are very, very transferable to doing wholesaling because it's, similar concept, or at least that's what I'm trying to convince them.
So you want to go after the affiliate market, the internet affiliate, and
right, because I have hundreds of relationships. Right, I literally have hundreds of relationships in that space, and so, when we were to do a launch, and plus it plays more into, my background more because I don't spend all of my time, because for the last several years I've been going back and forth between the two. I probably have way more relationship in the other space than I do in the real estate space, even though I know a lot of folks in this space.
Yeah.
So, and in the real estate world, we had a course that was like how to own $1 million of real estate using only $200, and the idea, of course, is use the option and you control 10 property, blah blah blah.
Right.
But that doesn't really appeal to them that much. So what I want to do is like something like this. This is the thing that we're kind of playing around with. And we're going to call it, online real estate secrets. Through sheer luck, we ended up with that domain.
What is it again?
Online real estate secrets.
Online real estate secrets. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So as I said, we have to kind of water it down a little bit because whereas when we're teaching the real estate investor, we tell them, here's all the advantages of doing wholesaling versus say short sale and all that. Here, I got to keep the analogy. This is why this is so similar. We got to constantly remind them that everything is very transferable to this. I can't use any real estate analogy because I've just confused the hell out of them. So here's the thing that we came up with, and it's really raw right now. It says how to instantly get 5 to 10 properties that you can market, on the and I don't know if we want to put it in front of investors or appeal to their sense that they're on the web because most of these guys are always online.
How to what? Read the whole thing again so I can absorb that.
Okay, it says how to instantly get 5 to 10 properties that you could market to 20,000 investors with only 5 hours a week. Because I'm trying to appeal to all the objections that they have in one tagline, which is one. Most of these guys say, "Well, I don't know the first clue about how to get a property, right?" Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to, I already had the tagline before about how to make X number of dollars per 30 days, 60 days, or something. But my concern was that there's so many products out there who have something like that in their headlines. I wanted to let. And I don't know if this is too much of a stretch for them, but let them conclude from them, okay, what does it mean to sell, 5 or 10 houses? The original idea was how to make $5,000 plus per month, but it got so long and cumbersome that they decided to kind of refine it to this. So Let me read it again, maybe more slowly. It's how to instantly get 5 to 10 properties, that you can market either, in front of X number of investors on the web with only 5 hours a week. Because like you said, a lot of these guys, their whole even more so the internet, even more so than the investor world, the internet marketing world is all about, okay, they're all bought into the dream Tim Ferriss, I only want to work 4 hours a week kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So their appeal is more or less about how much money they can make and more about how few hours they can work. At least that's what I've noticed, having talked to a ton of, because I'm an affiliate marketer, I talked to hundreds of these guys. I mean, I talked to a lot of the list owners, and they gave me feedback like what appeals to them. It's not about making as much money as possible, it's about what's the fewest amount of hours I can work, because they all bought into the thing I could sleep on Tahiti, hit a couple buttons and make money, halfway around the world kind of thing. So.
Right. I mean, to me, that product sounds like selling it to the real estate group is much easier than selling it to